Amendment number 92, offered by Ms. Adams of North Carolina.
The amendment will be considered as read. Now recognize the distinguished lady, the sponsor of the amendment, for up to 5 minutes for an explanation of their amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment reinstates the Household Food Security Report, a comprehensive, consistent report that measures food insecurity on the national and state levels. On September 20th, 2025, the USDA announced the cancellation of the report, calling the survey redundant, costly, politicized, and extraneous. However, the report reflects years of bipartisan work to improve how we measure and understand hunger in America. Although the first report was released during the Clinton administration, its roots trace back to a food assistance task force established under Ronald Reagan. 5 years later, Congress strengthened federal food and nutrition data collection through the National Nutrition Monitoring and Related Research Act of 1990, legislation that passed both chambers unanimously and was signed into law by George H.W. Bush. According to the latest and last USDA report published in December, 48 million people in this country live in food insecure households. Well, that means that at some point during the year, they did not know when or how they would be able to afford their next meal. More than 14 million children live in food insecure households. The rates among children continue to be the highest since 2014. And over 1 million more senior household members experienced hunger in 2024 compared to 2023. For some families, hunger is temporary, an unexpected medical bill, or sudden expense stretching an already tight budget past its limit. For others, it's a constant strain as the cost of housing and child care and other essentials continue to rise faster than their wages. And while this administration's USDA decided to cancel the survey, you cannot erase people's experiences. I think about the older adult who rolls up the sleeves of their bathrobe to show the burn marks that they sustained while trying to boil water, knowing that pasta is a low-cost meal that they can stretch for a few days. I think about the parents who've cut their food intake so that their children can have full bellies. I think about the student that's trying to learn simple addition and subtraction, but is distracted by their aching, hungry stomach. Listen, the timing of this cancellation is suspicious. Republicans made a $187 billion cut in SNAP in their one big ugly bill, and now they don't want the data to show its impacts. Without the data, how are we supposed to fix the problem, unless that's something you're not concerned about? Well, you know, at the State of the Union, Donald Trump said that he lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. But that's not because of economic conditions. It's because people are losing their eligibility through the one big ugly bill. Look, if you say this farm bill is a bipartisan effort, then I see no issue in supporting this amendment, which is reinstating something that historically has strong bipartisan support. And if you believe 2.1 million Americans are being lifted off of SNAP because they don't need it, then let's see the numbers. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield. I'm going to yield to, I'll yield back. Thank you.